Alright, now with our server started and few books added to our database, let's um, go to the URL and check. Then we continue updating a book, deleting a book, and showing a specific book. Okay, let's go to our browser and let's do localhost column 8018. Okay, and that will give us the home page, the landing page. Welcome to bookstore. So when we do /books, okay, good. So we get all the books. You get it. So we have the first one, the Go programming language. We have the second one, the ideal CNN model. Then we have the third one, the project management. All right, good. Now we have 3 books in our database. If you come to the database, we see it over here. Okay, good. Now let's continue. So let's do the show method for getting a specific book, a single book. Okay, so as usual, we continue with our book route. Yes, so we have our book route. Then we are going to get it. So it's also a get method. Okay, good. And inside our string, we define the URL. Now it's going to be /books as we have it already here as a group name. Then we will do slash the ID of the book in the database. All right, good. So we will do column ID. So it will be the /book, then the ID, and this is how we do it. Column the ID. Okay, so the ID will serve as a parameter that will be sent into the controller, into the method that we will create in the controller. Good. Then after that, then we'll bring in our controller, specifying the place where we are going to create our method. So we will say that our method will be called get book. Okay, because we have not yet created that method in the controller, so we will get an error for now. All right, so get book. Good. So we are having an error for now, so we will go inside our controller and create that method to handle this particular route. So inside our method, okay, let's do function, then the name is get book. Okay, then we come inside over here. Good. So the same way, inside it, in the parameter, we will bring in our C representation for the Gin context. Okay, we are serving it as a pointer. Gin context. Okay, good. And inside our method, we will first of all define a variable called ID, and that ID we are going to there is a method in the Gin context from Gin called param, shortened as parameter, shortened for parameter. So that method inside the Gin context is the one going to handle every parameter coming with the URL. Okay, so we are going to catch it from here and store it in this variable called ID. So this is how it will look like. So we will bring in our C representation for the Gin context, and we will say that dot param, okay, for parameter, and inside it we will pass the ID that is coming inside the method. So id, like this, as simple as that. So you get it. So in our main.go over here, so since we are passing a parameter with the URL that we are sending to the method, so this will actually catch that ID coming with the URL exactly, and you will store it as the ID variable. Now let's continue. Then we will go ahead and create another variable called book to get that specific book, and we will say that it is an instance of the models.book struct that we have. All right, great. Yeah, because we have not yet used it, we are having an error, so we will utilize it right now. So inside it, we will continue to get that specific book. So we will do database dot the db dot. So this method, there is the method in the GORM package called first, and that is what we use to get a specific record or a specific item in the database. So first, then inside that first method, we will specify that we are getting the book variable that we have declared here, which is from the models.bookstruct. Okay, so we will say that we are going to use the pointer of that so that we can actually get it with the ID, not the name. So we will do the pointer book, pointer book, good, over here. Then we will pass the ID together with it, like this, good. Then we'll bring in the ID, and GOM is going to use this to get us the specific book from the database exactly, and straight away we are done with that one. So as usual, we will handle if there is any error that will occur with getting the item from the database. So we will first of all save this as a variable, and we will call it result. Good. Then we will say that if the result dot error is not nil, then the Gin context is going to handle that error for us. So we will do JSON, then we will say that the HTTP, if the return status is not found, we have the status not found. So if there is no book like that with the ID, then Gin will handle it and output a JSON error for us and say that the book is not found. Good. Don't forget your comma at the end. Exactly. Then we will return it over here. Good. Then we handle it. Then if everything goes through, we will do our Gin contest. Then we will say the status code, the status, if it is okay, then we will bring in the specific book that we are getting. Okay, good. Then we will show it for us to see. Now we are done with that one. Now let's go inside our browser. Let's restart our server. Let's restart our server. Okay, so inside the main.go, the error is not yet reflected. Okay, so controllers, and I did it controller. Okay, good. Then it should go. All right, great. Now let's restart our server. Okay, server started. Let's allow it. All right, now let's go inside our browser over here. So when we do, okay, slash all the books, it is all of them are here. So let's get a specific one. So let's do slash 3. Good. You see, we are given the book that has the ID of 3. Good. And that one is the ID CNN model by Albert Kaba. Okay. Let's do slash 4. Good. And it has brought that one too for us. That has an ID of 4 over here, and that one is the project management part by Francis Appiah. So getting a specific book, the method is working, the route is working.